Now, the muscles of the brachial part of the posterior region. The posterior region are extensors. As we discussed before, the interior region of the brachial part is the flexors because they only flexes the bones, but the posterior parts are the extensors. In the posterior parts, we only have two types of muscles. The first muscle, which is the triceps. Ceps means head. Tri, three, so three heads. That means that it has three origins. It originates from, here's the scapula, covered with the infraspinous muscle, and the teres minor. Look, the first, which is the long head. Long head is inserted into the inferior tubercle of the glenoid, and we all know what is glenoid, the continuation of the scapula to the lateral side. So the long head of the triceps, it will originate from the glenoid, inferior tubercle of the glenoid, and goes here middle, where it joins with the other head. The second head, which is called the short head, originates from a point which is above the radial groove. And radial groove actually is here. This is the posterior part. Here's the radial groove. It is above the radial groove. So here's the long head, which is the inferior tubercle of the glenoid. The short head above the radial groove here, and the medial head, which is the last head, will originate below the glenoid radial groove. So three heads will come at this point, will join, and will continue. Look. Here. Long head, short head, and the medial head, you can't see it because it's covered by the short head. They goes and they all inserted by a tendon, okay, inserted into the olecranon part. And we all know what is olecranon. It's the process of the ulna that inserted into the olecranon fossa of the humerus. Now, the second type of muscle. No, by the way, the long head passes between the teres major, teres minor. Look. From this point to this point is the infraspinous muscle, but this part here is teres minor, which is inserted to the greater tubercle. This is teres major, which is inserted to the lesser crest. Goes to anterior part. So the long head will be passed between the teres minor and the teres major. Now, the second type of muscle for the extensor of the posterior group is the ancus, which is this triangular muscle. It is originated from the lateral epicondylar part of the humerus and inserted into the upper part of the ulna. This is the epicondyle, will be here. We all know what is the epicondyle, okay? And here's the ulna, here's the radii under these muscles. It will make like this, originate from the lateral epicondyle, which goes and insert to the ulna, like this, making triangular muscle. Now, the function of these two muscles, the triceps and the ancus. The triceps, as we all see, as it contracts, it flexes the humerus. Sorry, it extends the humerus, sorry. And this also has something to do with extension of the humerus and the forearm. So these, look, humerus and forearm will be extended, and this also will extend the forearm with the help of its insertion on the humerus, like this. So it will extend it.